Sup, creeps, and welcome back to the Dream Screen. I'm Noelle, your host and weirdo Wisconsinite of Creepy Confidential. Everyone is very interested in dreams, and the Dream Screen is a place to share and try and figure out what our brain is trying to tell us. Dreams in our modern world are simply visions that occur to us when we are sleeping, more specifically occurring primarily in REM sleep, during a time when our little meat suits are trying to repair and decipher what those visions are. Tonight, we're jumping back into another dream screen. This time, we're welcoming, of course, another friend of ours, host of Strange Talk Radio, Alyx. Welcome to the Dream Screen.
Thank you.
I am
And
very
perfect
excited.
timing because I have been having some weird dreams lately.
That this is a great time then. Very excited.
I was
So-
kind of hoping because I had some older ones picked out, but I was like, hopefully I'll have a good one before we
Right?
do this.
Or we're
Yeah.
ready. So if you're watching this episode, you can tell that we are in our little dream environments here, comfy PJs. I have my little plushy bat today, and usually I have Vinny, my other little plushie, so that we can be comfy and talk
Mhm.
about our dreams, and then we're going to try and figure out what they're trying to tell us.
Yes.
So Alyx, are you kind of a dream, like, are you a dreamer? Do you dream a lot, or is it rare?
I do have a lot of dreams. They come and go. When I have them, it's sort of I have bursts of them. And then when I don't have them, I just kind of don't have them for a while. So especially when I have time off work like I do now, I start having a lot of really weird dreams.
So do you think your dreams occur more when you're like able to relax then?
I think it's maybe that I remember them better, or maybe it's that I'm spending longer in that REM cycle. So
Mhm.
that way, because I'm sure that I probably have them regularly, but they're probably so short that I'm maybe not getting enough from them. But
Right.
I get the long weird cinematic ones when I've got time.
Those are great though.
Mhm.
Does your dreams, I guess some questions before we get going. Do your dreams change, I'll say, textures? Are they always color? Are they black and white? Are they comic books? Are they painted? Anything like
Mine
that?
Mine are usually like again film school, like mine are usually like very cinematic. They're full color. I can see everything. Sometimes they're tactile, sometimes that doesn't really come up as much. But yeah, they're always full color and I can sometimes they're even like different perspectives. Like sometimes I'm not me,
Oh.
sometimes I am me. I had one dream where I was in 3 different perspectives at once, which was wild and broke my brain a little bit.
But I think that says a lot though about your mental capabilities, that I think an intelligent person would have a dream like that,
I hope so.
in my opinion, because we're able to kind of break it apart and exist in those like you said, 3 spaces at
yeah.
once. Yeah, which is crazy.
I only like recently kind of figured out that like people are like, okay, imagine an apple, and like some people can't picture that. They just like see the word apple. Like I'm like, I can see a whole apple. I can rotate it. Like I can throw it. Like
Yeah, I never thought about that until you just said that. The same thing. I'm
yeah,
the same way. I can say, okay, like I can imagine at one moment, okay, I want to see a Honeycrisp, and I can see the sheen on the side and the
like a
color
little bit
textures.
yellow. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that
but
a
some
very
people
creative
can't.
brain.
Yeah,
That it's a good thing because I'm like, oh, I'm not creative. I'm very analytical, but it lets me know it's in there.
it's in there. You got it. You 100% got it.
Absolutely. So as a previous, I don't know if you've had a chance to catch the previous dream screen. We typically share our dreams, and then when we're done sharing what's happened, each of us, then we talk about our dream and what we think our brain is trying to tell us. Or like, I always have some books out. I've had a couple dream books out because we know the library is bountiful, and we go from there. So, are you
Yeah.
ready to share your dream?
Sure. I have 2. Do you want me to do the older one, or do you want the one that I had last night?
How about you share the one that's most vivid with us first? The one like the one
Okay.
that really comes to mind first.
So, the first one that I thought of when we even started talking about this is a dream that I had a few years ago, and it is probably the most vivid dream I've ever had in my life, and I still don't know what it means. So in this dream, it opened up I was watching a movie, and it was what I called the red room. It was red walls, and it was a wardrobe, and there was a guy sitting there with a Michael Myers mask on, and he had two containers, like Chinese takeout containers, and he had rice, and he was just pouring it back and forth between the two containers. And I was like,
Whoa.
okay, what in the world? So then we cut from that room and find out that this is like it's an orphanage or a foster home, something like that. Like there's an evil stepmother, foster parent of some sort.
Okay.
And I am now this little girl who is also in the same thing. So we've got the one guy in the red room. That's, I guess, the older brother. And then the little girl, and her room is just a giant teapot. And so the evil parent makes her go in the teapot, and she's got long braided hair, and it has to go out the end of the teapot. So that way, if they want her attention, they can pull the end of the braid to get her attention.
Wow.
It's the weirdest dream. And I'm like, I have no idea what this means.
So all of this like this, the Michael Myers and the
Yeah.
teapot and everything, this is all one dream.
So it opened up on the Michael Myers, and then my next perspective, I was the little girl, and like the parent was like, go to your room, and the room was the teapot. And so then I was looking at the teapot, and I was no longer the little girl, but I remember her being like, I have to pee, and the like evil parent being like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Stay in there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Such a weird dream. And I am like, I don't know where any part of this in my brain came from. Is one of the most vivid dreams, I think, probably because I immediately woke up and rolled over and wrote it all down, because I was like, what is this?
I need to do that more often. Yeah. I have to write it down.
We have a Discord chat, and we have a dream journal section. So whenever I wake up, I roll over and I'm like, guys, I have to tell you about this weird dream I had.
Yeah. Is that in your Strange Talk Discord?
No, this is just my local one, but I should add one to the Strange Talk one, so maybe I'll do that.
I was like, ooh.
I'm gonna add that to the Strange Talk Discord.
I love that, because I am not only I a friend, I am a fan of Strange Talk. I listen to the podcast, so I knew all about the Discord.
I'll add a dream journal after this.
That is so cool.
I don't know why I haven't before.
I feel it's almost like when you go to a hotel that has a ledger, and you want to see what the handwriting looks like or where they're from. I don't know why that's interesting to me. I think it's almost like this. Like, I want to know why. Why are we interested in these things?
Yeah.
So that's a wild one.
That is one of the weirdest, most vivid dreams I've ever had. And I'm like, why the Michael Myers mask? Why the teapot? Why the long braid?
Yeah.
Why the red room?
And and the fact that they exist together. Because like you see, like you think teapot, and you're like, okay, Alice in Wonderland, and then you think Michael Myers, and you're like, well, now I'm in an 80s
just
horror movie,
rice,
like dry rice between.
It was cooked rice, and he was staring at himself in the wardrobe mirror while he did it, like just
whoa.
And that's all he did.
Anything in my books about that.
That's why I was like, I don't think we'll get an explanation for this one, but this one was so weird that I'm like, I feel like I need to share this one.
Yeah. Share that one. Okay, and you said you have another dream. So
I do have another one. Okay, yeah.
Let's hear your second dream too. We're gonna share all the dreams, and then
hopefully we'll have an explanation for this one. So this is the one that I had last night. So my dream last night, I was at some kind of restaurant. We were in like this corner circular booth, me and some friends. They weren't like specific. I'm sure at the time it was, but I don't really remember. And like our server came over and got us waters, and then just like would not come back to get our order. And so I was like, I gotta go find him. Like, we have to order food. So I went to go find him, and I like couldn't find him. So I was like, oh, I'll check in the bathroom. And when I opened the bathroom door, it was like the entryway. There was a counter with a sink, and then another entryway. So I could get up on the counter and slide over to get in, but otherwise I could not get in. So I was like, okay, sure. So I get in, and then it is basically like hallways of bathroom stalls and showers and sinks. Like it's like the back rooms, but it's a bathroom back room.
Weird.
And So as I'm walking through, and it's like well lit and stuff, and as I'm walking through there, I start running into these different people, and I'm like, I'm looking for this server, and they were like, you don't want to keep going farther. Like people go in there and they don't come out. And then they start telling me there was this teenage boy that went in there and he never came out. Like there's people trapped in there. And so I was like, oh, I should probably go find this kid. And so as I keep going past all the showers and past all the sinks, which that I've seen in dreams before. For some reason
The
I've got the back
showers and
rooms.
sinks.
Yeah, and it's usually like part of some, it's never been part of a restaurant before, but like that one's happened before where I'm like, okay. But as I kept going, it started looking at like the distillery from work, but it was all like run down and dark and like shadows everywhere, and it was creepy. And I ran into some more people in here who were like, yeah, you don't want to be in here. And the teenage boy, I think they said his name was like August or something like that. So I was like, I have to find him.
That's
He's
a fun
trapped in
name.
here. They said he'd been trapped in there for like 10 years. And so I was like, I have to find this kid. I have got to get him out of here. And so I find this one very, very creepy corner that I was like, he's gonna be there because there's all these like, ooh, like spooky things crawling in the corner. Um, and so I find him in this corner and I'm like, hey, your parents have been looking for you. Like, you've been down here for 10 years. And like everything kind of stopped being spooky when that happened. And I was aware of the fact that he was possessed, but I was like, we just have to get you out of here. And he was like acting totally normal, but I was like, we gotta go.
Huh. So you
And so
knew.
I knew, like, I was like, something's not right. So I was like,
Mhm.
we gotta go. And he started following me, and that's kind of where I woke up. So
Okay.
I found him, but I didn't get him out.
It's weird how you described like when you got closer, it was almost like his space around him represented what that he was not good.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
And
you
I feel like
knew.
I feel like I got like a flicker of something in his eyes, like it was like darker than it should be, or something that told
Mhm.
me like this is in you now a little bit. I was like, let's get you out of here and see what we can do. Um, but
That
I don't know what happened after that because I woke up.
you woke up. Have you ever had recurring of either one of these, or is these are like one and go?
These ones have not been recurring.
Okay.
So like I said, some locations have been recurring, but it's
Mhm.
been like these
But
kind of
not
like
the whole.
liminal back rooms locations that I'm like, this could be different or the same every time, and I'd never know.
Yeah. Well, that's like, but the way that you describe it, I can imagine that you're in this dreams, like where you
Yeah.
were in this dream space. So that's
It's so brightly lit, and it's like,
mhm.
why would there even be showers in a restaurant bathroom?
Yeah. But there's something about that. It's like not necessarily like it's your inner work. Like you need to clean. You need to
hmm
be cleaned of whatever space. Blah blah. Like there's so much that can
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I love
the
that.
bathroom back rooms has only started happening in the last like year or so. So that is a new thing,
The
but like it's
themes.
interesting that it's kind of kept coming up.
Cool. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I love those. Yeah, so it makes me like 'cause I'm not a big dreamer
hmm
now. I used to dream when I'm very very stressed, I dream or if I'm like crashed out, I'll have little dreams, but I don't
Little ones.
necessarily always remember them. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
I'm so tired
Oh.
until I finally like fall asleep.
I actually did write down here too. I had a dream before that dream that kind of like it wasn't related, but I guess I kind of woke up and then I fell back asleep and then had another one. But the first one was I was at like a ghost tour in this house that weirdly also, as we were walking along, as they were like showing us this, there was this triangular wooden platform that had a triangular bathtub on it in the hallway. And then the ghost tour led us into their bathroom that also had a triangular bathtub, and then it had like a wooden bench like you would find in a locker room. And they were like, "Oh, sit on this, and we'll tell you about the ghost stuff." And I knew there was a greenhouse outside, even though I hadn't been outside.
Isn't that do you this side to the dreams? Do you find that you can do that? Like every now and then, you almost have like a not a
Know something?
premonition.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, I know it's over here. The such
Yeah.
and such is over here on the right, but you've
Mhm.
never been there. Been in
Yep.
there before. Yeah, I wonder what that is. I don't. I get that too.
Premonition, precognition. I don't know.
And I don't consider myself like tapped into supernatural things or anything, but I just it's interesting that other people have had
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But
Especially in my
my
dreams.
for not being like I don't consider like I said, I don't consider myself in that realm. I investigate it, but my dreams are of that. a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're either of a spooky nature or they have some sort of entity or creature frequently.
Something just occurred to me about that previous dream I had, because I was like, I felt like the person giving the ghost tour was like almost like, it almost felt like you giving a ghost tour. And I just realized with the triangular tubs, it might have been your logo.
Oh my gosh.
So it might have been my dream just being like, hey, you want a weird dream for tomorrow? I got you.
I got you. That is
I just
crazy.
realized that.
Especially as you see, you know,
I saw that in the background and it suddenly clicked where I went, I think that's why I had that dream, was like, here, I got you. Have a weird dream. Here you go.
Creepy Confidential has made it into the dreams of Strange Talk Radio.
I love it.
With the powers combined.
I love that translated my brain to the bathtub being triangular.
Hey, you know, we need to we clean up the false things out there and make
I
it
think
so.
so. And I think that's what primed me for the next one, to have the weird bathroom backrooms that are.
That's wild, though. So
Yeah.
If that is indeed what's happening, I'm giving ghost tours in other people's dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I like that for me.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I like
It was
that.
fun.
I love that. So staying on the kind of supernatural side, I guess, is this crazy. This dream was so profound that it has been years, and I still remember it. I never wrote it down until just the other day, but so there are maybe extra parts of it that I can't remember, but it is quite strange. I always refer to it as the monster battle.
Ooh.
It was like, imagine Stranger Things before Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like that's how it felt. So the dream starts, you know, as if you are in a battle with monsters of some kind or evil. Maybe you can feel that there's something, you know, that's bad in the air. And it starts by me escaping this older house. And now that I think about it, this house I've seen before in my recurring dream, that where I was it was like a Dust Bowl dream. And I dreamt about that house many, many times, like a Victorian, but on the plains during the Dust Bowl, like that style house, like a farmhouse. And so that house occurs here, but I don't really see the inside. I only see the outside. And I'm escaping, and I have someone with me. And I know it's a man, but I don't ever really see what he looks like. I can just, like, as if someone's next to you, like helping you run, I can feel like a masculine dude holding on to me. Or it's a very muscular lady, I guess, but it feels like a man. It would be
Jack Baggins' muscular arm.
Oh my God. He'd be screaming. Yeah. but I'm escaping this house. And I'm like, I know that we need to get to the hospital. And a hospital where I know that the hospital, they treat humans and creatures. I know to myself, I'm thinking they can help me, but I know that they do this. And the dream feels like I'm injured in like the abdomen somewhere. I don't ever see a wound on my abdomen, but I have that like that like video game perspective where your hands are in front of you, and I can, you know what I mean? Like you're playing BioShock and the hands are in front of you. Like that's exactly how it feels. And I have blood on them. So I'm assuming I have some sort of injury, something, in my gut. And then the crazy thing is this whole entire world, everywhere, like if I turn right, left, go in a building, it's divided by a double neon line. Blue on one side, like a not like a baby blue, but like a lighter blue, and the other side is red. And I know in my conscious in the dream that if I cross over to the red side, something will immediately turn on me.
Yeah.
I have that like fear. If I step over the line, I'm in trouble. But to get to the areas where you need to go, sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
And then the whole dream is me trying to get medical help of some kind, which makes sense for the time, you know, once we get to describing the dream, that part makes sense to me. And then once we get to the hospital, everywhere you go, even in the moment that you walk in the front door, there's that neon line that goes all the way down the center of the hospital. And then
Mhm.
if you turn down a hallway, it divides the hospital as divides that hallway as well.
Mhm.
The dream consists of me running around this dimly lit hospital triage area.
Mhm.
And it's lit like, now that I know that I've seen it, it's lit like the Upside Down.
Oh.
So now luckily I have a way to like describe it in my brain.
Yeah.
You know how
Where
when
it's
it
like
flashes, yeah, like when it flashes red and that
yeah.
like weird, it doesn't have the little falling dingies all over the place, but it has
Yeah.
that color and that kind of, it's
Yeah.
gritty. It's real gritty. And then on the lighter side is the blue side, and it's a little bit more brightly lit, and it doesn't have
Mm.
that like scrim over the lens of my eye. Um,
Mm.
the blue side is humans, and then the other
Mhm.
side is creatures. And people are waiting in chairs in the dimly lit spaces, kind of like they're waiting to be called. The red side has creatures, but not cryptids.
Mhm.
To me, I feel like it's the devil or Satan, whatever you want to call those type of minions. I feel that that's what they represent. They all have that kind of face, and yeah, like when I turn and look at them, horns and all.
Yeah.
And then in the overhead PA, you can hear what sounded like when they call a code in a hospital.
Mhm.
That's what it sounded like when you hear
Mm.
someone like a crash card is needed or code blue. Um, and then the dream has me coming face to face with one of those creatures. But I'm not further injured at all. They don't hurt me, which was
Yeah.
very strange. To me, I remember thinking like they should have killed me since I walk across
Yeah.
the line. I never get healed in the dream or find a
Mm.
doctor. I wake up still running down the hall. Like imagine a slow-mo with like you can see the hair going slow, almost like you're running through sand,
Yeah.
through the neon colored areas, and then I wake up.
Hmm.
And everything has that, like when you're in a sauna and it's
Mhm.
like heavy air. I can
Yes.
feel
Just
that
thick.
in my dream. Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
a very heavy, dense moisture area.
I love how video game your dream is because I think that would be such a cool video game to play.
Wouldn't it? I remember the first time I had it waking up going, "Oh my god, this needs
I
to be
wanna
a
play
movie."
that game, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't have like I don't have any like reference to be like, well, maybe I was watching scary movies because
Yeah.
that's not my bag.
Well,
So,
and like you said too, it is so Stranger Things coded before Stranger Things ever came out.
oh yeah. Yeah, the first I'd say, and I think I had this dream probably around like 2013
Mhm.
ish, right around there. And I think I remember having like a smaller version later,
Yeah.
but then it never showed up again. But it was profound enough that it stuck with me.
Interesting though that you had it, like, twice kinda.
Mhm. Yeah, it was very that whole like good versus bad, but
Mhm.
you still get you get no help, you get no
No help.
assistance.
Well, and then also once you crossed the bad line, they were just like they
Yeah,
didn't do anything.
yeah, like
They
what
didn't attack you.
so I guess, well, since I guess we're already talking about it, we'll kind of maybe start to pick it
Yeah.
apart.
That almost the way you cross that line and they don't hurt you, maybe it's sort of this idea that things that seem bad maybe aren't always,
Mhm.
is what it seems like because they were just like they didn't touch you, they were just kinda like were they just
Yeah.
looking at you, I guess?
Well, it was on like you could, like it was like this,
Yeah.
and imagine them like like
Yeah,
right
but
in your
not
face,
actually
but
touching
they're
you.
not flinching. Yeah, they're not
It's
like,
oh, it's almost like being in a haunted house where they'll jump out and scare you, but they're not gonna
but
grab
they
you.
can't touch me. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was very weird.
Interesting.
And I didn't know if it was also, um, you know, I don't want to, that sounds strange, not like divine protection, but in a
Yeah.
sense, yes, like,
Yeah.
or I was so far gone, they're like, leave her alone, she's gonna
Yeah,
die.
they were like, we don't want that.
She's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those because I've tried to think about it, like, why would you
Mhm.
have a dream like that? And I dream very vivid. When I dream, it's very vivid. And
Yeah.
it's usually emotional. I don't think
Mhm.
that I would feel that way, but it's usually I wake in and I feel an emotion towards it. But
Mhm.
yeah, the whole like waiting room and hospitals, and I just broke it down to the fact of, I feel like I have no help with what was
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
But it was so strange. There was no family, which makes sense because that's the way it is. Or there's nobody there
Mhm.
at all. And I never could just die.
Yeah.
Like, I was just suffering the whole time. It was very weird.
Your dream almost sounds like it is like limbo in some ways. Of just like you're just stuck here.
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, my brain just lost the Catholics, they believe if you
Mhm.
purgatory.
Purgatory, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
that was not a negative thing to say, oh, the Catholics. I'm just saying
Yeah,
is
the
that
Catholics in their purgatory.
that religion, they believe in purgatory. And that's kind of what it felt like, I
Mhm.
guess, is that I can't go up, I can't go down,
Yeah.
I can't go
Nothing can
anywhere.
actually hurt you there. You can actually die.
Yeah. It was like she has to just go on her own. They're
Yeah.
not allowed to take me out. And
That's
it was
interesting.
I didn't know what the red and the blue divide everywhere was so strange. I
Hmm.
couldn't find, other than colors themselves in
Yeah.
like the dream books, because the rest of it seemed almost black and white or like
Hmm.
grayscale. That's
Yeah.
how it felt. Everything felt grayscale except for the red or the blue light and the blood. That was
Interesting.
very bright.
And the blood. Yeah.
So, I mean, I went through like books trying to figure out what's the creature, what's going on here.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. It's like a mental purgatory.
Could
I,
be some kind of you felt stuck in some sort of situation in your life at the time, maybe.
and I remember, I was just happened to think of it. That's what I was doing. I wrote down some notes that at the time, the same time as my previous dream. So we talked about the one where I was in the like dust bowl, basically, like
Uh-huh.
no trees, foliage, nothing. It was that same time where I was going through a very stressful time. Food and home insecurity at the time, in a sense that the relationship that I was in, not obviously not my current one,
Mhm.
could have come to a boiling conclusion, and I could have had to figure it out. And of course, those things can affect,
Yeah.
obviously, can
That'll
affect your
affect your
dream.
mental state. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's my crazy dream. That's wild.
Yeah, that is
Have you
very wild.
do you ever have those, like, where you have creatures like that in your dream?
Yeah, actually, like as soon as you start talking about having a creature dream, also very video game. This is a very short dream. A very vivid dream I remember having. I love creature feature dreams. I know they freak people out, and they freak me out a little bit at the time too. But I wake up and I'm like, that's so cool.
You're like, but I liked it.
I had this dream that I was running from this creature, and it felt very Silent Hill. It didn't have a face, and like it almost reminded me of the nurses from Silent Hill. No face and just kind of shambling after me, but it was pretty
Ooh.
quick, and it had a gigantic pair of scissors. And I was like, and they were like
Oh.
rusty and old, and I was like, I gotta get away. And it caught me, and I was weirdly in my friend's house, but it like pushed me in this closet that does not actually exist there. And all I
Mhm.
could see was the black and white tile on the floor, and I could feel it behind me. So this is one of those, like I said, I have some tactile dreams. I could feel it grab my hair at the nape of my neck and cut
Mhm.
my hair, which I don't know how it was cutting my hair with those giant scissors, but like I could
It's a
feel it
dream, you just
cutting.
gotta go with it.
Yeah, and I could feel it cutting my hair, and that's all it did. And I just remember being on the ground and being so scared, and then it just cut my hair, and then I woke up.
Wow. I mean, and I guess could you smell anything?
I couldn't really smell anything in that one.
No?
No.
I think that's, like, I'm always interested, like, what senses do individuals
Right.
pick up in their dreams? I
Um,
I find that
oh,
fascinating.
Can you read in your dreams?
Yes.
I can too, because like I've heard that you're not supposed to be able to, and I can.
Hmm.
Sometimes I can smell things.
Hmm. But it
Um,
depends, because I've had like I've had a dream where what I'm reading is something I need to know to save
mhm,
me. I have a lot of
mhm.
dreams where like I'm about to get taken out. Um
Yeah, yeah.
then magically I can't read. It just looks like, it looks like
Gibberish, it
runes. It looks like
shifts.
runes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's all over the place. But if I like walk up to a bathroom stall, I can read the room, restroom or
Mhm,
whatever.
mhm.
So yeah, I've read that you can't read in your
I
dream.
don't think that's true. I can read in dreams at least.
Mhm. Do you think that you're entering a different layer of our, like, mental reality? I know that's
There's
going real tinfoil hat, but
there's been
we've
some dreams
talked
I've
about
had
it.
that I'm like, this is bizarro, and it feels yeah.
Mhm.
'Cause like I've definitely had some dreams that are like premonitions too, and they're always useless stuff. It's never been like a,
Oh my
"Ooh,
god.
someone's gonna die." It's like a, "Hey, you're gonna be driving tomorrow and you'll see this red car pass you." And then it
And
happens,
you're
I'm
like,
like,
deja
"Okay."
vu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
déjà vu, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, or like one time it was, I had a dream that I went to a friend's house before I ever went there, and when I got there, it was exactly the same. And so I got there and I was like, "Oh, I know the bathroom's over here because I saw this in my dream last night."
You're like, "I said
Why?
that out loud. Okay, bye."
Yeah.
It's weird. Same. I've had dream it's something silly. Like, I remember when I was at the vet clinic, I was like, I remember it was ER, and I had all the blood machines in the same time. Like, I was like running panels and putting these slides in. And I remember this certain emergency with this certain case, and this everything played out exactly the way that I had dreamt it. And I
Yeah.
thought to myself, I'm like, there's no way.
There's
There's
no
no
way.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, it's freaky. And I
Yeah.
don't like that. But I've heard, it's almost like you're sliding on different
Yeah.
levels of you. I don't know if it makes
Yeah.
sense,
It's something
but
like that where it could be just like, time being a little slippery and you're just getting to something before you're getting to it, you know?
yeah, like you're too close to it, and then the dream is what bounces you off of whatever it is that's happening. That
Yeah.
is a very much a tinfoil hat theory, but
Yeah.
it's something that has crossed my
Maybe.
mind.
Maybe.
Crossed my mind. So let's talk about your first dream, the one that it was
Oh,
shorter. Um,
yeah.
well, kind of run us through the little
The
details again.
the one with the red room and just pouring the rice back and
Yeah,
forth in the Michael Myers
and the
mask, and
Michael
then
Myers mask.
yeah, and then the little girl in the teacup, or teapot who, had her
Yeah.
long braid
Are you
out.
afraid of are you fearful of Michael Myers? Does that, like, scare you?
No,
It
no,
doesn't bother you at all?
nope.
Weird.
I hadn't, like, watched Halloween recently when I had this dream. I have no idea why my brain went, "Guy in the Michael Myers mask from Halloween."
Measuring rice.
Yeah, just pouring it back and forth. And I got the idea, in this dream, like, that the little girl was trying to protect her older brother because it seemed like that's kinda all he could do was just
Just a
he wasn't
meathead.
kinda all there, and I think that's part of why he had the mask on is just he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Represent the kind of psycho-ish level of what that could be, I guess.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
weird. And the teapot, like, the girl in the teapot. That is
yeah. And it was
I
like
don't
it was like a big teapot, like, it was not a tiny girl, it was a big teapot.
yeah. And it's like the TARDIS where it's bigger on the inside, you know?
No, it was like the teapot, it was probably my height.
And that was her place, like, they
That's
would
where
put
she
it
lived. That's
in the
where that was her
teapot.
room. She went to bed in the teapot. And, like, the teapot wasn't, like, in its own room, like, it was, like, randomly at the top of the stairs. So I think, like, the whatever evil guardian was there was like, "You don't get your own privacy," basically.
And I guess I how can I label this so that I don't say it or ask or incriminate you? Um, if a person in the world you might use, I'm not saying that you do this is just a
Yeah.
question. Using something like medication or mushrooms or whatever, then that would make sense that you would have dreams
That
like
would
that.
make sense.
You know,
I
I
I
was
had
trying
this
to figure out how
dream,
to do that,
I
so I'm
think, when I
curious.
was a teenager, so I was not doing any of that.
I didn't
Um,
figure. I was like, But then it would make sense because that like really bends your brain and makes it do crazy things.
Yeah, that would make this make a lot more sense, but no, unfortunately, I was not. I say unfortunately because this dream would make a lot more sense if I was doing drugs. I was
Right?
not.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I am this. I don't do. Not like I was doing cocaine or something. Where like I don't know what would cause that, but it would make sense, I guess, if a person was
Yeah,
enjoying or not enjoying some form of drug, then it would make sense. You'd have some really weird dreams. But
yeah.
this one is both of these are very strange. I'm trying to look up the
Bizarro.
bathroom.
I I genuinely have had so many dreams. Like, one of my coworkers, like he used to be in the army. We were comparing dreams one day, and I told him my dream, and he went, "Your dreams are more messed up than mine are." Like, and I have PTSD, and I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah,
don't tell me that."
great. I have. I think I've always had weird creative dreams, and they're
Mhm.
all over the place. You know,
Yeah.
I've dreamt in black and white, like all black and
Mhm.
white. I've dreamt in comic strips before. I
That's
think
cool.
like the little bubbles that say what you're saying and
Yeah.
everything.
Pam, pow.
Yeah, it was like carrying on a conversation. It was very strange. I was trying to look up things from the second one with the triangle bathtub.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the triangle bathtub, I think, like I said, I think that was just your logo. Now that I'm seeing that, my brain just went, "Wait a minute." But
And
the
used it.
the bathroom back rooms, I don't know why that one keeps coming up.
Yeah, and they don't
Part of
have like
me makes me
bathroom.
wonder, like, is my brain trying to tell me that I need to pee in this dream? Like, what is happening?
Right? It's trying to like tell your brain that you really should get up and use the restroom. I don't understand that.
But then there's showers and stuff too, so
But that occurs in your dreams. Like more than one. It's like a theme, right?
mhm, mhm.
It's yeah, it's almost like a
In
cleansing.
fact,
Like your brain is
usually
saying you need to
when I see this, it's more showers than anything else.
yeah, like your brain needs a shower.
Yeah,
I don't know if
maybe.
that makes sense, but it's
Maybe that's what it is. It's
like you got a
wait.
lot of stuff going on and it's I'm trying to find if it's in here too. Um I don't know because they say, you know, that water in a
Mhm.
bath is purification, you know, it's flushing out.
I used
What?
to have, like, a lot of tsunami dreams because water can also be, like, your emotions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, but tsunamis are terrifying. I mean, it
They're
depends.
terrifying.
Depends on how you think
When
about it,
when I
but
was having a lot of tsunami dreams was when I was a teenager, so it was, just hormones wreaking havoc.
yeah.
And it just felt like all the
I'm
water over top of me.
I'm glad that I don't remember a lot of my dreams when I was little cuz or you know, young, I'll say young.
Yeah.
I finally found bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So that cuz the other book I have another big one, but I don't want to get that bad boy out. To dream that you were in the bathroom relates to your instinctual urges. You may be experiencing some sort of burdensome feelings and need to relieve yourself, in quotes.
Okay.
Alternatively, it may symbolize purification and self renewal. You need to cleanse yourself both emotionally and psychologically. To dream that you cannot find the bathroom signifies that you are having difficulties in releasing and expressing your emotions.
Okay.
I mean, just from my books that I have. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I
Oh,
what I think is interesting too is that I ended up there because I was trying to find someone else, and then I didn't even find that person, I found somebody else. I got
just
distracted from my main mission. We never ordered our whatever food we were trying to order. It never happened. I got distracted by the back rooms
the
there.
bathrooms.
Yeah, that turned into the distillery, which the distillery is 100% from work.
Yeah, because you're just around it and you see it. I
Around
get
it
that.
constantly. Also, I occasionally will just post pictures from the inside of the distillery just because it is such a liminal space when I'm going down there to do wiring and stuff, and all you're seeing are these just big vats of just liquid.
It I know there's something to it. I saw those pictures and I'm like, I don't know
Yeah,
why, but it's
it's
a
very spooky.
it's spooky. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
and I don't
but
know
I can't
why.
think of the word.
To
I
be
don't
fair,
know either.
our distillery is historic. People have definitely seen ghosts there. I really want to go ghost hunting there. I'm hoping they will let me do that proper at some point, but
Mhm. It's
as it
so
is
hard.
now, I will just suddenly like I'll just kind of set stuff up and just let it run while I'm working and be like, get anything?
Well, if you ever want, the Inspector Gadget of paranormal that I am more than
Yes.
welcome. I
Yes.
will drive down and bring all the gear that I have. Absolutely, because there's something about that area. Even just the picture that you posted, it
Mhm.
has a dreamlike feel to it.
It does.
I don't maybe it's the little steaming or the vastness of it
It could
all.
be.
It's very interesting. I have I have a question about dreams for you, kind of what your thoughts are as we kind of, wrap up this dream screen. Do you think that the dissecting of dreams where people have obviously written books or even psychologists, do you think that there is really something to it? Or do you kind of feel that your brain is giving you pictures of things you've seen?
I think it can be both. Like I said, like a lot of times I will kind of figure out what my dreams mean later. Like I said, that first one, I was like, oh, I think that was my brain being like, oh, hey, you need a weird dream for this, the next.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I will start making connections in the days after where I go, oh, wait, like I was thinking about this. And so that's how this got pulled into here. And I think it's your brain trying to make sense of things in a way that doesn't necessarily make sense. Like it's just your subconscious just mashing it all together and seeing what it comes from it.
Yeah, it's interesting because some people really feel every single thing that you are seeing in a dream means something very deep,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't know that everything's deep. I think sometimes your brain's just trying to make sense of stuff.
Yeah, kind of putting things in boxes, as I like to say.
Mhm.
It's kind
Reorganizing.
yeah, like you got a lot of stuff going on. It's gonna look fun for a minute, but give me a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I a lot of people also feel that I've heard there's a spiritual side to it that every dream has some sort of spiritual meaning. Have you kind of what are your thoughts on that?
There's definitely some that do for me, and then there's some that are pure just nonsense. Um, I had a dream once. It involved something to do with the Power Rangers, and there was a hamster loose, and I was walking on a balancing beam, and I'm like, I don't think there's anything spiritual to
No,
that.
that's not spiritual. I mean,
That's I don't know what that was.
sure. Yeah,
That
I
was
get
my brain saw something weird before I fell asleep and was like, "Here you go, have fun."
right. I agree with that. I feel a lot of time every time I've mentioned, a dream maybe amongst company where they feel that everything has to do with something spiritual.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm like, "No, I think the brain's just working."
Yeah. I think it's just shuffling stuff around.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of view it my day job, I work in IT. I kind of view it as like cleaning up your file folders and putting everything where it's supposed to go.
That is a perfect nerdy way of
Yeah.
talking
Doing
about
doing a
dreams.
little reboot.
Yeah. It's a compact and, what is that? Compact and clean or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I get it. That's a good way to put it though,
Yeah,
I think I
that's
had
how I
really
view
thought
it.
of it that way.
Sometimes you have a little mental blue screen, and it's just gotta
Gotta
run a
work it
repair
out.
tool.
Yep. That's how I'm gonna talk about dreams and, like, totally in computer diagnostics, that is what's happening.
I'm running the, file scan right now, it's fine.
Yeah, give me a second, it's rebooting. It's gotta restart, like, 3 times before it works.
I started talking that way because I was talking to someone one day, and, like, it's one of those where, like, you're thinking of something, it's just not quite there, and my friend pointed this out, and he was like, "Are you buffering right now?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I am."
I am. I'm just a blurry screen at the moment,
Yeah,
it'll be
I could
back.
just see the wheels spinning where I'm like, hold on, here's the
Yep,
word for it."
buffering, buffering. Well, I thank you so much for joining me here on the
Yeah,
dream screen. And the
anytime.
first one of the year, I'm very excited
Oh,
to start off the year knowing that this is going to continue. So everybody who, if you're listening or if you're watching, you can find Alyx with Strange Talk Radio. She has her channel, FM Radio. Alex, do you want to ramble that off real quick?
yes, it's 91.7 FM HD2WVXU in Cincinnati.
Perfect. I knew she had it ready to go. I will also link her information below because absolutely all the content is very interesting. She talks about from aliens to ghosts, intergalactic marshmallows, everything.
Well, now I've got to do an intergalactic marshmallow episode.
I'm like, she really does cover everything. So I knew this would be a fun one. So Alyx, thank you.
Thank you. This is fun.
And creeps, we'll catch you next time right here on another episode of Creepy Confidential. Bye, guys.